This is the MAC travel case, and it is where I house pretty much all my not my foundations, my eyeshadows and setting powders, and tools for brows and everything. Pretty much everything goes in here. So this is the main arsenal outside of just foundation, duh. But this is one of my main cases that I've carried with me for about a year now. It's been awesome. It has held up well. Nothing is coming apart, and I got this from MAC. Now I believe this retails for about $175. However, because I am a pro discount member, it's a little bit cheaper for me as a freelance artist. So I got this a little bit less than $175. However, I think it was still worth it because it has so many compartments to organize your makeup, and I saw so many reviews initially about it, but everybody organizes their makeup a little bit differently when they go out on gigs, and so I'm going to show you how I do that with mine. So just to give you an overview of the bag, it's a kind of fabric where if you spill something on it, you can just grab a baby wipe and actually wipe it off so it won't stain. It has like a shoulder strap here that also includes this thing so that you can actually put over your shoulder and it won't weigh down so heavily or hurt you if you carry a lot of things in here. There is a zipper compartment on one side. There is another compartment on this side, and it also is you're able to carry this over a suitcase if you are traveling. I have traveled with this bag before on the plane, and I was able to just put this right over my suitcase and wheel everything with me. So we'll get right into the bag itself. It has two zippers right here. There are two handles up here. These I believe are wires or something of that sort. I'm trying to see if I can get in a closer look. There you go. At the detail of the handle, it does have like a faux leather handle, and it's just a simple design throughout the actual bag. As you can see, these come off, and they can be used also for a flap on the inside. So I'm going to start off with what I have on the outside pockets, just so that you have an idea of how you can store your makeup in your travel bag. So in this first zipper compartment, I actually house my square card reader. And when I'm taking cards, actually that's the only thing that's in here. Funny, I used to store everything in here before I had that clear bag back there. So it's funny how this has really slimmed down a lot. And so that's what I carry in this particular compartment. On the back side, I think that's where I have everything. My phone usually just slides right in there. So that's nothing special, just a 6+ phone, and that's it. Then I also have tissue, so some Kleenex in here. Sometimes people have very sensitive eyes, or they have a cold or whatever it is, and you always need tissue, or even to just blot out makeup. Here's that receipt book that I was talking about that usually goes in that particular bag because it's just a little bit handier. But yeah, this is where I keep that. My business cards, or business card holder for my business cards, and that's what they look like. I don't think I've ever shown that online on here, but yeah, these are my bad boys. So I put that in there. What else is in here? Oh, more headphones, more pens, and a lipstick. That's awesome, and that belongs inside the bag. So that's what I house in there. As you can see, the bag, this pocket is fairly deep, and it does hold a lot of things, so you can put whatever it is that you want. I usually put like my itinerary in here because it's just easier to take out, and anything that is more personal will go in the zipper compartment. So this is what the bag looks like once it's opened. It has this flap here that can also be used as a set bag. So I don't feel so horrible that I'm using this as an extra bag, because this used to be so filled, like it was so bulky. But if I wanted to really just touch up some face, like a face or something of that sort, I could just detach these straps and just bring this with me, and just have that just to like you know, touch up whoever I need to touch up. So as you can see, this is made of mesh, and this center pocket has one large pocket here, compartment, 2 individual compartments here that are separated and can be zipped up, and then it has 1 major mesh compartment on the back. There are also 3 mesh compartments here, as you can see, and then there are four plastic compartments on over here. And so I've definitely changed a lot of how I've stored makeup in this. It was definitely not how I used to store it before. I think I used to store foundation right in one of these longer ones, and I didn't have eyeshadows in there. I think I might have just brought eyeshadows in one of those clear plastic things with me, like the loose pigment ones, and that was it. And I would just put it in my purse, like a large tote bag, and just carry that with me. But since then, I've now just put my foundation in there, and I just carry shadows and stuff like that, powdered stuff that could possibly break in here, and then just my foundations over there. So we can get started with this side of the bag, since it's already open to the side. And I'll show you so that you know, these velcro out, so they can be removed, and you can set them out however you want. There's just this on the bottom of them to take them out, so just do that. And we'll just go with what's inside of each of these items here. As you can see, once this is emptied out, this is a pretty big bag that can fit a lot of stuff. So we're going to set that aside, and because again, like I said, I've housed things a little bit different. I've really consolidated and slimmed down a lot of things that I bring on a gig to the essential stuff that I would need. So what I have here are 2 Anastasia brow pomades. This one is Ebony and this one is Auburn. And they're really great and very creamy. This one is from MAC, and it's called Deep Dark Brunette. So this is Deep Dark Brunette, and I think this would be the chocolate version to Anastasia's version. I do have an Inglot 77 gel liner here. I have the brow setting, brow gel, and this is in the color chocolate. There we go, chocolate. I also have Deep Dark Brunette in the pencil form, and so this is cool because it has a spoolie on one side and the pencil is on the other side. So really cool if you're into using pencils versus actual gels. I like gels better than pencils. I just depends on how thick the brow is. So I have some clear gel from e.l.f. I have some duo glue, which I rarely use because my go-to glue is a Revlon, but in case this wants to give me issues, I do have backup. I have the NYX, look, it holds your brows into place and things like that, so it's a brow shaper. I have my favorite Jordana Best Lash Extreme mascara that works really great with building up coverage on the lash as well as defining the lashes. It's just really great, and it's super affordable. It's like $2.99. If you don't have this, get it. And as many, like, if you actually have a kit and you're starting your kit, this is one of the greatest things to have because you go through mascara so quickly, and you know, you can't double dip. You have to go through these things pretty quickly, and so this is a good one. It's like $2.99. Then I have my Urban Decay primer, or eyeshadow primer. There we go, primer potion. This is the one in the original. I also have what is this, the Inglot Duraline. Inglot Duraline is there. It's great to moisten kind of product that has dried out, or to turn any like pigment into you know, liquid and things like that there, so that's really great. One thing I do realize I'm missing in here is my paint pot. I usually carry a MAC paint pot with me as a base, and that is in Painterly, so I'll probably find it in here somewhere. I'm sure it's in here by mistake because like I said, I was packing really quickly and I just kind of threw things in there, so yeah. And as soon as I opened it, it was right there, sure enough. So that's my Painterly Pro Longwear base that I use on just about everyone. So that goes in there. And those are the products that I use to prep brows and the eyes for makeup application. This houses one of the larger containers here, which I felt was really great in terms of using it for my pigments and loose shadows that I have not depotted or can't depot. So I usually carry more things than what you see here in there. I usually carry pigments, like glitter pigments, but I usually just try to find out what the bridal party or person or client, whatever it is actually looking for as far as their look goes, to determine not to carry like more than I need to, like products that I don't necessarily need to bring with me. So I just carry like the traditional things that I feel like anybody would want. So I do have glitter in here, don't mind that, but I also do have more than this, and I can probably do a makeup collection video just to show you how I organize some of the stuff that I don't bring on with me, and when I do come back from a gig, how I organize my makeup into its proper home. So I do have ColourPop pigments in here. They are really, really, really beautiful. I've already done a video on them in regards to how well they work. You can really use these with your fingers. You can also use these with a synthetic brush and get the same pigmentation that you would normally get. I still use these on bridal looks. I've used this before, actually recently, on a picture in my Instagram on one of my clients who was going out to a cruise, and she wanted something really like a pop of color, and so hey, ColourPop it is. So I have about 11 or so of these pigments. Not pigments, some of them are pigments, some of them are just super shock shadows. So I also have here, amongst my shadow collection here, are the Milani shadows, which are really great. And again, I can explain to you in a different video, like my collection video, how they really apply and things like that. But I think they're really great for traditional bridal looks and things like that. I do have, excuse me, some loose glitters. Like this is a gold one that I got from Sally's, and it's super pretty. I don't even think this camera is really doing it justice as to how shimmery this actually is. This is another one, same company, and it's a gray version of it, and I really feel like I want to open it up so that you can see. Hold on. So you can definitely see what the gold has done already on my bed, which is not going to be fun to sleep with over the next couple of days, but yeah. And this is the silver one. I still feel like this camera is not picking it up, but it's so pretty. Now I understand why they have these little plastic things in there, because that glitter one doesn't have one and it's just spilling everywhere. I also have Candy Coin and Sugar Cane by Eye Candy Cosmetics. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah, it's by Eye Candy Cosmetics, and it is super pretty. To help things go a little bit quicker and easier, I've decided to kind of group things, or group the products in their individual brand. So these are pigments by Matisse Elite. I actually found them on Haute Look, and I've had them for some time, and they're really great. A little goes a long way, so they're really beautiful pigments. Then I have all these NYX right here. These two are my main favorite go-to staples when it comes to bridal weddings and things like that. And this champagne shimmer kind of color is also great. I have two pigments from MAC, as well as this Reflex Gold pigment by MAC. I also have a couple shadows that I have not depotted. This is one of the bigger ones. I think it's the Prolong Wear shadows, and that's why it's so big, but it's really great. It's called Uninterrupted, and it's a great transition color. Then I have Brown Script, which is also another great transition color, and one of these limited edition, I think it's called Sea Worship or something like that. Let me just double check. I think, yeah, Sea Worship, which is also very pretty by MAC. I don't want to depot this. I don't think I ever will. It's very pretty, but I may do these eventually. These are some staple Maybelline Tattoo Color bases that I also use on a day-to-day basis. Not day-to-day, but depending on the bridal party, these are the colors that really go well underneath shadows and pigments. And then I have some Inglot pigments here. So imagine these working together. Imagine these working together, or even this one. And I also have another reflex. It's kind of like a blue reflex glitter. My Urban Decay black shadow, which is a staple because it's the darkest black shadow I've ever had to use, ever. I have a Lancome green shadow that was in a gift bag, and that is a really pretty green. And I have some Makeup Geek pigments as well here. This one's Insomnia, and you can imagine Insomnia over this burgundy base. And then I also have Utopia, which is also a very pretty base. So these are some of the pigments that I have and that I carry with me when I am doing makeup and I'm not sure exactly what they want, but I can put these together with a beautiful look. Fit beautifully within here. Yep. And I'm not overpacking, which is one of the better things. Knock all this out. I'll just put all this stuff on the bed and I will go through them individually as well. These are in no particular order, but I have here some Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation compacts here. They have not been depotted. I also have here some highlighters, setting powders, some blush, and these are all a little bit from drugstore and high-end all mixed together that I also include in my kit. So I have a great array of shades that go from deepest to the lightest shade, I should say. And when I do my foundation or liquid foundations, I like to set them with these because I feel that it doesn't give like a cakey appearance, and you know, it just gets the job done. So I usually go for these particular shades. So this is NC50, and again, it is a powder, but it's also the coverage is really great. The product is finely milled, and it's just a great setting powder over any kind of foundation to kind of finish and seal off the look. So I have a good amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these shades. So they're not in any order. We have C7, NW44, NW45, NW50, N3, N5, C5, and NC50. And so, yep, those are my foundations or powders that I set my foundations with. I have a MAC Global Glow highlighter. I'm sure everyone has seen this. This is what that looks like. So that's that highlighter. I also have a Becca highlighter here, and this is an opal, another very pretty shimmery shade. They work really well when spritzed with Fix Plus. And I also have a Ruby Kisses drugstore version, Beauty Supply version, which is like a gold tone highlighter. I have a MAC, and this is Ambering Rose. It's been with me for some time now. Very great shimmery kind of blush. It has gold reflexes in there, and it's really pretty. I have the Makeup Forever. It is in white. Again, this is great for setting underneath the eyes. It's transparent or translucent, so to speak, so it works beautifully. I have a Mineral Veil by Bare Minerals. I have my bronzers by CoverGirl. This is Ebony Bronze, and this one is Brown Bronze. It's a tongue twister. It's Brown Bronze. I do have two Milani blushes. This one is Romantic Rose, and this was in Coral Cove. And I also have a Sleek pressed powder, which is also a great contour without the shimmer. It's a matte contour. It reminds me of Ebony Bronze, but without the shimmer, basically. So that's a great, that is my powder section of my bag. And that's what I carry with me depending on who I have to work with. Next up is like my tools bag, and basically what I keep in here are lash curlers, a trimmer, scissors, tweezers, a sharpener, lash applicators, and things like that. So nothing special. That's all that I just pretty much keep in there. And that's the end of that particular side. So this is what the damage I'm doing to my bed for the sake of this video, but it's okay. It's also like a mirror in this compartment and or lashes and stuff like that, but since I've had my other bag, I don't do that anymore. So I don't have a mirror in there. I do have in this middle compartment the baggies that I was talking to you about that I give to clients when I'm done with their makeup, and it includes like, it'll have like the clear container for their lips to touch up their lipstick or lip color. It'll have wands, it'll have blotting paper, and it'll have 2 of my business cards in there as well. And I think it's a great keepsake just to remember the moment, and also to pass along the information about, you know, working with me and how they were pleased with my services. Again, so it's removable, so you can see the zipper there. So we'll just get started into these next compartments. I will begin with this lippy one here. I won't pull everything out because, depending on what I'm doing, most people in bridal parties want to either go for a really bold lip or they want to go for a neutral lip. So I just put in like some of the bold colors that I have here. These are depotted what is it, Black Radiance lipsticks, which are very pigmented, very beautiful. They come with an array of colors. I have some melted Too Faced lipstick. Like, I guess they're one of the first not first inventors, but I want to say one of the first people who came out with the liquid lipsticks, and these are really good. A little goes a long way. I have a Sephora, same one. It's like a matte lip color. It's really beautiful. I just have a regular lip gloss. It's not red, it's just a clear with a little bit of like a pink tint to it, but it's really like clear. Again, Black Radiance. Some lip mixes by MAC. These are my favorite go-to. This is a great base to start off with a lip color, and then it dries matte. And so depending if I want to go vibrant or not, I'll use the Sephora version. And I have an Anastasia liquid lipstick as well. This is in the color Vamp. Very beautiful. I've been using this and this as a combo for a natural nude everyday lip color. A lot of people like that. Or I'll use this in the center with a very vibrant purple around the lip color. So that's that. And then I have these NYX butter glosses. I have quite a few. They're very great to add a little bit of shimmer or gloss on top of any lip color in the center of the lip and whatnot. So I have I love these. I love these. They sell these at Ulta. You can definitely get these. They're a great investment in the kit, and they don't break the bank. So this is my high-end pouch, and this has more of like my liquid lipsticks and actual lipsticks in matte and regular lip colors. So I'm going to pull these out so that you can see what I have. Quite a few. I don't think I have quite as many as most people do, but I am building my collection slowly but surely. Here's some of the colors that I have. This is Matte Royal, which is a very blue. I haven't cleaned it out yet, but it's like a blue color. It's very pretty, and it is matte, and it looks really great with purple. I also have here Stone. So I have Lady Danger, Stone, and Myth here. So I have Film Noir, Rebel, and I think that's MAC on the end there. And the last two, Cyber and D for Danger. And that's unicorn shades. I have Auburn, Unicorn, and Cosmo Pop. Pansy. This one's Pansy. This one is Utopia. This one's Black Velvet. Yeah, this one's Black Velvet. I don't even know what that is. And this one's Rave. And those are my lime crimes. And MAC lippies. I forgot about Honey Love. I have that too. That's another matte color. Like my favorite lippy bag. Outside of NYX, of course. There we have it. In this next compartment, I have a NYX lip balm that I use to prep the lips prior to applying any kind of anything. And here are my liners. These are eyeliners, lip liners, and lipstick pencils. So I've kind of grouped them into like, I guess, bundles of what I use. So I have all browns. Doesn't matter what they're from, whether they're NYX, whether they're MAC, whether they're Jordana or Nika K, they're in here. Same thing goes for the lip ones. I have like the red tone kind of base colors or burgundy deeper colors. Again, they're bundled up that way. And then my liners here, I also have a NYC liquid liner and my favorite nude waterline color by NYX, the Wonder Pencil. So yep, that's that. Then I have my concealer pouch, which houses drugstore and high-end. So I have my LA Girl Pro concealer, which everyone has. I have my MAC Pro Longwear concealer in here as well. And then I have some Studio Finish concealers as well. And I usually keep 4. So I usually keep NC 45, NC 50. This is NC 50. NC 42. This is NC 45. This is NC 42 that I was just saying. And then I also have an NC 20, which is my lightest shade in here. And then I also have a Makeup Forever full coverage concealer, which I love for doing under the eye. It is very full coverage and long lasting. And then I have a NARS creamy concealer or radiant creamy concealer in here as well. And then I have Maybelline's, it's not Maybelline, Maybelline's Master Conceal, which are really great. They remind me a lot of the Pro Conceals as well. So yeah, that's my concealer bag. Love this. That's my arsenal, and I don't know what I would do with that. Compartment is pretty deep, and it's pretty it holds a lot. It houses a lot of things. So I just stick these smaller things in here. Again, I got these probably from Ulta, these little baggies, or can't remember. I just gotta figure out where I get these baggies from so that you guys know. And you can always stick other stuff in the compartments, and it just keeps holding so much more stuff. So this is the final compartment that I have, which houses my palettes and setting powders. So I'm going to take them out one by one here because it just makes more sense to do it that way. So I have my Anastasia Cream Contour Kit, which I need to clean out again, being that I just came from a gig. So that needs to be cleaned out. I've also made my own sculpting powder palette, and this is a blush, and this is an that's a blush, and this is an eyeshadow. This is one of the Pro Longwear shadows, which is why they're kind of big, but I mix these together to actually make a blush. So you don't necessarily have to stick to blushes being blushes and shadows being shadows. You can use a shadow as a blush. You can use a blush as a shadow. And then these are the contouring colors, and then the highlighting colors that I have up there. They're really great. They're very finely milled, and I love these. So that's that. Then I have an eyeshadow palette. This is one of my color ones, and this is a mix of Morphe and yeah, these are a mixture of Morphe shadows as well as MAC shadows. So a lot of them I've hit pan on. That's a Morphe that I've hit pan on, and that's a MAC that I've hit pan on. And I left everything the same. And oh, I have Makeup Geek in here as well. I almost forgot to say that. Is it in this palette? I think this is a Makeup Geek palette. Yep, this is called Chickadee, and Chickadee is Makeup Geek. So I almost forgot that. So that's that. I also have another neutral palette here. Again, this is Morphe, MAC, and Makeup Geek shadows that you can see there. I feel like Makeup Geek is really great as well as far as shadows because their textures are very finely milled, and they blend super great. And yeah, so those are my favorite neutral everyday shadows. I also have a BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette because some of the colors are very pigmented in here. If I want to deepen out a purple, a blue, or a red, whatever it is that I'm working on, I feel like this is a great off the wall for the very random requests that I do get for very highly pigmented colors. I have another color one here that I'm still working on. This is a Wet n Wild blush. No, I'm lying. This is a Wet n Wild blush, and this one is a Inglot blush. very, very pigmented. They broke, and so the reason they look this way and be in such bad condition is because I had to mash them together and put alcohol in it, and I didn't really like smooth out the surface, so that's why it looks the way that it looks. But again, this is a mixture of Makeup Geek, which is that beautiful foil shadow right there, very pretty, and MAC, as well as Morphe. I also keep the original Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette in here as well. Very great for deepening out my browns. I have a Naked 3 Urban Decay palette here as well, again for my bridal looks. I have a Inglot shadow palette that I made myself. I love to use this silver as a tear duct color, so it's super pretty. Yeah, and they're really nice. Very, very nice. I have an Airspun setting powder, which you can get from Walmart. Really great. I have a Ben Nye Topaz setting powder and the Ben Nye Banana powder as well. And then I have a sleek blush in here as well. If I can open this up, then we can see what's inside. And you'll see this in most of my videos. So there you go. And that's it. And this is all that fits in this compartment. It is very deep, and it can fit a lot more things. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I know it was super long, but I hope it helped. I love watching these videos. I love learning and seeing what other people have in their kit and what I can do to consolidate my kit or to add to my kit that I didn't realize I needed before. And so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. Definitely leave thumbs up this video. Leave a comment below if you want to see a more in-depth, I want to say just a makeup collection video of my personal collection and how I store these at home when I need to just like put these bags away because they can't just sit here. Yeah. And all the information as to where I got everything will be in the description box below. So until next time, see you in my next video. Bye!